Welcome everybody
It was too seamless. I couldn't.
Welcome everybody to the Not Sip Bayless Sports Podcast, the podcast all about tomfoolery and the sports ball. I'm your host, Austin, aka Hook, aka Not Sip Bayless, and I'm joined by my two white people. On my left, I have Zachary Mater, aka He Did It Again, LeVar Ball.
Big Baller Brand. Bill Cosby's my hero.
And switching gears from that, we also have Hamilton, aka, oh my god, he's on Twitter now, OJ Simpson.
I have some wrongs to right.
Now watch this drive.
Alright, well, let's switch gears out of your white Durango? What
Bronco.
Is it? Bronco.
It was a Bronco.
Do you know why it's not the Durango?
Why?
They still make the Durango.
Oh, that's right.
They were like,
They stopped making the Bronco.
we probably should distance ourselves from that one.
Also, the Durango's Dodge, but yeah, whatever.
What was the Bronco?
Ford.
Kardashians just leaned into it.
Was that a Donald Glover stand-up? Well, whose stand-up was that in? Where they're like, you know how badly you have to mess up to where they stop making
Yeah, I
the
don't
car?
remember who did
That's
that
in
joke.
somebody's
It is
stand-up.
somebody. Now that you say it, I can't
Yeah.
remember hearing it.
It's either that or you just created a great joke.
You know, it's actually in my new stand-up. Hashtag check me out. Hashtag I'm not OJ.
I would watch a special that you called I'm Not OJ, and it's just you up there trying to do 30 minutes.
Of OJ-related jokes. You lead off with,
Hey
I have
guys,
this killer Bronco bit, and then after that,
Alright guys, the gloves off.
No, you would have to start it with the glove on and just walk out real slowly, just deadpanning, just your hand up and be like,
It's too small.
yeah.
too
and
small.
then you get real meta, and at the end of the bit, you murder your wife.
We got some NBA and some World Cup and a little football to talk about, but we'll get to that later. First, we owe an apology to the Toronto Raptors, kind of, with this asterisk.
I'll come out. This is Hamilton speaking.
Yeah.
I owe them an apology.
Nuh-uh.
The Raptors as a team, because I have picked against them every round
Yeah.
of these playoffs, starting with Philly. I picked against them in round 2, and then I picked them to lose to Philly, I picked them to lose to Milwaukee, and then I picked them to lose to Golden State. So yeah, I'm sorry, Toronto. I was wrong.
I was the contrarian. I still think I picked Golden State, but
I will say championships like this are hard because they were missing 2 All-Stars.
right.
But still, at the end of the day, the North are the champions.
and
And
let's,
unfortunately, Drake
Is the curse over?
is I guess. Oh man, he was the worst part of these finals.
every time they
The
showed that stupid
worst
stage,
Or
part.
he was
every
the
time
best
they
part.
showed that
Oh.
stage, though, I was just like, stop it.
Oh no.
Stop it.
I
Stop.
didn't hate Drake as much as I thought I was going to going
No,
into
because he
these
wasn't
finals.
no, but every
Yeah.
time. Well, this might be because we were watching a stream that was like TSN. Like,
Yeah, we kept
We
watching.
kept seeing the Toronto.
I mean, what? We
feed.
don't illegally watch things. We watch them on.
we were talking
We-
about a total legal stream, Austin. What are you talking about?
Pay a
Cut all of
subscription
this.
for
I
Canadian
normally say
cable.
leave it
Yeah,
in.
we
This
do.
is out.
We don't.
I don't want to see Dunkin' Donuts commercials while
know.
I'm watching basketball. If it ain't Tim Hortons, don't put it
If
on
it
my
ain't,
TV.
if ain't Timmy Hortons and legal marijuana, I don't want it.
You didn't go healthcare? I feel like that was the easier one.
I mean, if you have legal marijuana, then you don't.
That
need
is
much
healthcare.
then you
healthcare.
have universal.
You don't have. You don't. One comes before the other, really. I mean,
I
I
also
don't know where the fuck Zach just went.
well,
just ignored it. Not brought it up, and it would have seamlessly.
As he yells from down the hall.
I owe another personal apology to a player who I have, and I'm going to come out and admit, not on this podcast, maybe once on the old version of this podcast that no longer exists, but definitely on my Twitter account, definitely in public and private to many people, I have shit-talked this player a lot.
Yeah.
As overrated.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, you're
Yeah.
a champion. My words mean nothing. I still don't think you're that good.
And he found out that his 3 at the end of game 5
Right.
was tipped.
It
so
did get
it wasn't as
It did get
good.
blocked.
So, you know,
Yeah.
Draymond Green is just a freak of nature. But yeah, I mean,
Kick you
one
in
thing
the
that we
balls.
could talk about, but one thing me personally I hate talking about, and I hate hearing ESPN and like sports people talk about, is what people are going to do in free agency. And people like speculate, oh, maybe they're going to go here. Like, you don't know.
My dear personal friend.
This is not Sip Bayless, not Stephen A.
Oh, sorry.
You don't know what people's best interests are. You don't know what matters most to them. So I just find it kind of useless and just a waste of time to speculate. I was like, I think this person's
heard inside the LeBron camp.
going to stay in Toronto. Kawhi's going to stay in Toronto. No, he's going to LA. Blah, blah, blah.
We should mention, since we're recording this right after Toronto won, I predict Anthony Davis to LA. I bet the Lakers trade number 4.
Yeah, you know, it's
That's a really crazy pick. Where did that come from?
If this comes up later, Austin cut it and we recorded it later. I'm predicting.
I will hold up a newspaper for the microphone.
Can you see the date? This is happening right after.
This is Braille. I'm going to rub it against the microphone now.
Oh God, please. All right, thanks.
I hope you heard that.
This is okay. Can I say words? All right, cool. This is happening right after the NBA draft.
There's the cut I talked about.
The draft might not actually be.
Leave it.
I don't know
in.
if it's over. It's over for the Pacers,
Yeah.
who did nothing.
Yeah, I have a bone to pick with our Pacers. But the first 3 picks went as presumed. Zion 1, Ja 2, RJ 3.
I would have said DeAndre Hunter goes 4.
Yeah.
It just wasn't to the team that had that pick.
Yeah. Nothing really.
Not a ton of surprises.
Yeah.
I mean
there was
slipped
yeah.
a lot.
Nasir Little slipped too.
He did. I didn't see him.
I
slip
really
as much.
would have liked to see Nasir get drafted by the Pacers.
I
He was
wanted Brandon
available.
Clark.
Yeah.
I wanted Carson Edwards.
That's my favorite pick of this draft so far. Is Memphis taking Brandon Clark?
That is one thing though we could not have. I guess we could have. No,
Actually,
we could have
I take that
drafted
back. I
Carson
wanted Rui
Edwards.
You
Hachimura.
could have, yeah.
At 32.
Carson Edwards would have been nice, but Rui Hachimura would have been amazing.
Rui, yes, but
Well,
then
he
he
wasn't
was
there.
gone.
He
but
was.
yeah, so
That's what I'm
this,
saying.
He was gone, and Bobo was there, and he was not gone.
He was not. He was there. But I'm excited for the grand scheme of this NBA offseason. Not for my Pacers because one, nobody wants to come to Indiana, and we haven't seen them make any moves.
No,
but this
Goga
offseason can
Goga wanted to be here.
this offseason can reshape the entirety of the NBA.
Right, there's a lot of big
There's
names
a
out there.
lot of big names that can go random, that can go anywhere. Anthony Davis is a Laker. People are high on it. I am not high on the Lakers.
You know how? Well, they don't have a team.
Exactly. Like there's so many people, or I won't say so many people. There's a couple people that I've
So
talked
many.
to about it. So many. You know, my close and personal friends, my coworkers.
My dear personal friend, Anthony Davis.
Yeah. So there's
Who I have had numerous text messages with late at night.
I was still going Stephen A.
I know.
And then you switch to Chris Broussard. This is just a podcast
Our
of us pretending to
favorite
be our
commentators.
least favorite. Who wants to throw in Joe Buck?
No.
Can't do it,
No.
No one.
Don't. Did you see him trending on Twitter?
Oh boy.
So
Why?
Joe Buck was trending on Twitter during that golf thing that happened. Was it the U.S. Open? I don't remember.
It was
Because golf
God, I play
fans
too much golf.
who are used to watching boring as shit stuff thought Joe Buck was too fucking boring. So I saw him trending and I went, oh God, what is it? And it was thousands of people saying something I've been saying for years. And it was wonderful vindication.
I don't watch too much
You
golf.
want to know what I would have loved? Madden calling golf. You see right here. He's
What he's
swinging a
gonna
little
do
to the
it-
left. I mean, what he's gonna want to do from this rough is he's gonna want to hit it out and land it on the green. And boom!
And boom, it's gonna be a bird.
If he doesn't, in 1 or 2 strokes,
But
he's gonna be
that's-
behind.
what I was saying before Zach interrupted me was that
Are you
it's very
talking about
similar
Zach's down
thing.
the hall?
Yeah, was a very similar thing.
He just came back
is-
from a
I'm
fucking
so
field.
far away.
when Chris Berman calls golf,
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, and he could go in the hole, but he won't let it. What? I just want it to like go off the green into the mounds. I don't know. Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
Into the
Sand
mound?
trap?
Into the
Into
sand trap. Yeah,
into
whatever.
a pile of mounds candy.
And then Chris Berman just goes, woo! In the dirt! In the sand.
You say that now, but if you actually had Chris Berman following you while you tried to play golf, you'd be so mad.
Are you kidding me? I would have so much more fun.
Yeah.
No, you'd be in the backswing and you're like, this motherfucker's gonna say something
every
as soon
time-
as I swing this.
If every time I hit a putt, Gus Johnson just screamed, "You got barbecue back there!"
One question I do have. Who's
Not Skip Bayless.
Not Skip
Oh
Bayless.
wait, normally when you ramp up to something
Shit,
like
yeah.
that, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end of the
I almost
episode.
went there.
Who's your favorite? Who are you looking most forward to see out of this draft class? Who you're looking most forward to, and who's your favorite? Because I mean,
I think
we're looking forward to seeing Zion.
Zion. I'm pumped to see how John Morant and Brandon
Yeah.
Clark work in Memphis. That
Yeah.
looks like a really talented team.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of guys. DeAndre Hunter is perfect for Atlanta,
Yeah.
which explains why they were so insistent on moving up to get him at 4. Purdue fan, hometown guy,
Ah.
super pumped to see Carson Edwards in Boston.
Carson!
Gives them some scoring punch from the guard position off the bench.
You'd say you're a Purdue fan?
I am a Purdue fan.
You're just like strictly or
No, not strictly.
No.
I didn't go to
just
either.
a fan of Purdue?
I'm a fan of all
or-
the Indiana teams.
Okay,
As an
okay.
Indiana guy.
I don't know if you held it to a.
No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of Purdue basketball.
Okay, gotcha.
I went to Purdue,
What?
and
We have
I
Purdue-
am a
there's
Purdue
we
fan,
have Purdue
but I
players.
also
That's actually interesting
I
you bring that up.
I very much root for Indiana teams, and that's a weird bias. Or I root for Big Ten teams.
Because I root for
Those are the
all
two
of
things
the
that I do.
teams from Indiana except the college that I went to. Although I guess I did time
You
at
root for-
Butler too, and I root
Yeah.
for Butler. But no, I don't give a shit about that other
Wait, what
school.
other school were you... Oh, Wabash?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Wabash.
forgot that was in...
What
What about football? You're not gonna give them a little bit of love.
But I
on
guess I
football?
will say
'Cause
my-
basketball wise,
my
there's never been
hierarchy-
big shit.
I
But
probably
like,
care
football
more
wise,
about
they're
their
pretty good.
basketball. Too.
My hierarchy of
That's only because you made
college
it.
rooting
It's 'cause
sports
I know the guys
is
that play.
1, Ohio State, and then it goes Indiana teams, and then Big Ten teams. So I feel that.
Okay. Yeah, we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much the same hierarchy
Yeah.
as me.
Yeah.
If you're asking me if IU and Purdue play, who do I root for? Depends on
Good
the
game.
year.
Depends on the year. Depends on the
Which
teams.
team has my favorite?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
past couple of years, it's been
So,
Purdue
yeah.
because I've been a big Carson Edwards fan.
I think it's really interesting
It's a
that the
fun player to
Celtics
watch.
do have both Romeo and Carson.
it's strange.
It's very
It's
strange.
real strange, especially for a team that seems to be like making a real push.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to have Kyrie. They're planning on not having Kyrie.
They're not going to have Al Horford.
They're probably not going to have Al Horford. Now, I've heard rumors that they're making a big run at specific point guards, but
Yeah.
they didn't draft a point guard
Yeah.
unless you count Tremont Waters from LSU.
Or unless you want to make Carson Point, which we've
No.
already established, not a great play.
He's not the best.
He's a shooting guard.
He's a small shooting
Yeah.
guard with big old.
I don't know. Maybe
nuts.
they could just train him. Maybe they could
Yeah.
mold him into the point guard that they want him to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know who Zach is looking forward to watching, and his name is Rui Hachimura.
Yes.
I
Also
am-
Carson, but
yeah.
Rui Hachimura,
I like Taylor Horton Tucker.
one of
yeah.
my favorite players.
Now I want to introduce a new segment that I've been thinking about. It is going to be called "Hope That It Sticks" Hot Takes. And what I
Okay.
want from us, we're just going to come up with some outlandish ass hot takes. Doesn't matter. Hope that it sticks. Hot takes. I'll go first.
Grounded in.
Yes.
Is it something we think could happen but isn't likely? So we're
Yeah.
Like, remember when we started recording this when the finals ended and I predicted that the Lakers would trade for Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah,
great
that's
prediction.
outlandish, you know.
As long as he didn't
crazy.
cut that. Did he
Yeah.
cut that?
I don't
No,
know if
didn't
he cut it.
Yeah. I'm gonna start.
All right.
All right.
What sport we doing?
I'm doing this draft.
You're staying this draft.
I think
I'm gonna do.
If this is how this segment works, then you just get to pick anything.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
a fucking,
you
it's
can
a
you can
sports
pick
hot
anything.
take.
Yeah, you can pick anything. I'm gonna stick with this draft, and
Uh-huh.
my hope that it sticks hot take is that the first 3 of this draft are going to pan out exactly like, I got to remember the year, the Michael Jordan draft.
So you're thinking Zion's a Hall of Famer, but not the best player from this class.
Yes.
John Morant's is a bust.
Yeah.
And R.J. Barrett is the stud?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is my hope that it sticks hot take.
Here's hope that it sits hot take. Luka Samanik is the best Luka in the league in 2 years.
Boom. Okay.
Whoa.
Do you actually believe that, or did you just like...
You weren't reading that or anything.
Did you just like want to come up with one and you just...
Hey, you asked for hot takes.
Okay,
I gave you a hot
I like
take.
it. I like it.
Is that the Lithuanian guy?
No, that's the Croatian.
Croatian.
There was a Lithuanian.
Right,
I
I
think
remember that.
you could also throw in there that Luka's not even going to be the best Lithuanian.
But Luka's not... Is he Lithuanian?
Well, he came from Lithuania? Or
I don't know where he's
Croatia and Lithuania are two different countries.
I know.
I know that.
Where did Luka come
Where's
from?
Luka from?
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, Luka Doncic.
Obviously, the person that I was like
You were
making that
talking
basis
about
of.
Semantic or whatever his name was. While he's looking at Hamilton.
I look at that.
My wheels are spinning. I'm trying to come up with one because
I know I just threw this on you.
Yeah, my initial reaction was to make a dumb joke, be like, I bet the winner of the NASCAR Championship Series is white.
Also Slovenian.
Slovenian. Okay,
Oh,
that's
Luka
who Luka
is?
is.
Okay.
That's who Luka beat.
That's who
Luka
be Luka.
He'd be the Slove.
Look at them, Luka.
Should I stick NBA since you both
You
went
know,
in?
I mean, do whatever you want. I'm not gonna.
My
God
hope
damn it,
it's-
Luka Doncic is fucking almost 10 years younger than me.
Oh,
That
yeah.
piece of shit.
My hope it sticks hot
That
take is. This one's tough. You did kind of put me on. I didn't expect Zach to come up with one so
I know.
quickly.
We can come back to it.
You
How about
rattled
you want us
one
to
off.
come back
Yeah,
to
let
it?
me.
All right, we're
let
gonna
it
come
marinate a little
back
bit.
to it.
I suggest you let that one marinate.
We are going to, as LeVar Ball said, shift gears
They're champions.
and talk now
Maybe we should go
about
Women's World Cup and just pick a winner.
that to Women's World Cup.
Right. Well, my winner is the U.S.
Yeah.
USA.
Of
National
course,
pride. Oh,
our-
shit.
our-
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Our
Oh, that goes downhill.
Our favorite team, the U.S. Women's National Team, is lighting things up. Sorry, Thailand.
Our apologies.
Things kind of got ugly. Things were starting to get ugly for Chile as well, but
It warmed up.
it warmed up.
How do we feel about the controversy surrounding celebrating goals in a 13-0 game?
I think celebrating goals. I have no problem with the scoring of the goals. I could see an issue with the celebration of the goals.
See, I have no issues with it.
Speaking as a goalkeeper who at one point, as a youth, I'm talking about under 12s, I definitely got, I think 4 goals scored on me in a game, and the kid ran an entire lap around the field after being up 4-0 with almost like time ticking off the clock, and he ran right by me, and I definitely stuck my leg out, and he definitely tripped and hurt his shin real bad. And I was like, oh, I feel real bad because he hurt himself, but also, fuck that kid.
He didn't hurt
You piece of
himself,
shit.
Zachary. You hurt that kid.
Oh yeah.
No.
I felt bad that he was hurt. I didn't feel bad because I tripped him, because I was like, why would you do that in front of me, you idiot?
I would take more offense as a competitor to a team obviously taking their foot off the gas.
And I've
letting
spoken.
up.
Yeah.
I've spoken about
I don't like.
really
I would
bad
not like
losses where I would be way more mad about my defense than anything. That's, as a keeper, the first person that you're mad at is, how have you guys not been it's baffling. Well, I want to say defense, but normally as a keeper you're comfortable with your defense. It's your midfield that you're like, are you losing every ball?
Right.
I think I would say is I am comfortable with the celebration of 12 of the 13 of those goals.
Which one rubbed you the wrong?
The very last one.
Yeah.
Because when did it come? Like the 90, like in stoppage time?
It was like the 90th minute.
Yeah. Like, as a person, I played an AAU game in which 4 of our people showed up.
But it was Alex Morgan tying the record for goals in a World Cup game. right?
Was she the one that got the last one?
I think she was the last one.
I'm
Then
not
maybe
sure.
maybe that makes it a little better, but still, like, I was playing an AAU game. We only had 4 people show up. The other team had like 8. We lost the game by like 40 points, and at the end of the game, they took a half-court shot at the end of the game, and we're just like, "Are you serious?" Like,
Dribble that out.
basketball. Yeah. That.
Now, see, I think it's a little different because it is the World Cup.
Yeah.
And so many of the U.S. goals outside of Alex Morgan
Yeah.
were girls making their debut and scoring their first World Cup
Yeah.
goal. It's different than in basketball when you can't hold the ball in basketball. You definitely don't need to launch half-court shot.
No.
And it affects your shooting percentages. Come on, people.
True.
Yeah, you gotta play to your stats.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't have a
If
problem
you're in
with
junior college, I mean, like, you're playing for your stats.
The U.S. gets, Spain in the knockout stage to start?
Yep.
Then probably France, assuming France holds serve and wins.
Yeah, and then so there's like now gonna be. So this first round, the group stage is over.
Is over.
Okay, now next games that we
U.S.
watch.
and Germany got through without conceding a goal yet.
Wow.
They're the only 2 teams that have not been scored on yet in this tournament. So we know next to nothing about the U.S.'s back line.
Yeah.
Like, Sweden pressed a little bit, but watching the U.S. women's national team at the first 15 minutes of every game they play, it's terrifying. They stomp on the throat of their opponent immediately.
Do we know next to nothing, or do we know a lot?
Well, we don't know a ton about them because they haven't been tested. We don't know how good the goalkeeper is, how well she responds, because it's a new goalkeeper.
Yeah. Okay.
And we've got some.
Yeah. See, my biggest issue is like I don't follow soccer. I presume that because since we are the reigning World Cup champions, we're pretty good. I don't know.
We are.
I don't know the value of other teams. So like whenever we're going up against a team, I was like, I understood. Thailand wasn't that good when I found out that we beat them 9-0 last time we played them. So I was like, okay, this should probably be a wash. I didn't think it was going to be a 13-0 wash, and then Chile, I didn't know.
Did you guys watch any of that game? Any of that Chile game?
Didn't we watch it?
We watched the first half of Thailand.
Where they scored 4 goals.
It was 3. No, it was 3, and then they
3?
scored 10 in the second
gosh.
half.
And then
I was sorry that Zach didn't get to see that Chile game because that's the best performance by a single player I've seen so far at this Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
Was by Chile's goalkeeper in a game she lost 3-0.
Yeah.
She was. It should have been like 9-0.
Yeah.
She made some insane saves. Kristen Press, the U.S. forward, is going to see her in her nightmares for months. Yeah. She put 4 shots on goal, and Endler saved them all.
Wow.
That's nuts. I've always thought that measuring goalkeepers in soccer and saying record for most shutouts is a disservice to the talents of that goalkeeper, except in extreme scenarios. Because a shutout is a better indicator of how well you controlled the middle of the field and how well your backline was resistant to breaks when they got on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, your goalkeeper is not there to stop
Yeah.
tons of attacks. Your goalkeeper is your last... If your goalkeeper is making a ton of saves, you're probably getting beat.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an interesting World Cup. I'm looking forward to it.
We're into the stuff now. Knockout
we're
stage
into-
now.
Knockout stage.
We're in the shits now.
Also, Zardes. Can we just say briefly?
What about Doctor Who?
Zardes is the U.S. men's player that scored accidentally when the ball ricocheted off his
one
face.
Yeah.
Went in.
We all watched the video of this earlier.
I just want to
This is a
appreciate
couple
the
days ago.
Doctor Who reference, but okay.
Well, I thought you were going to
TARDIS.
I know it's called a TARDIS, even though I watched the show.
thought you were referencing Dragon Ball Z because there's a character from the Ginyu Force that has a similar name.
Duh.
I'm just a dumbass.
Yeah, idiot.
You dummy.
So stupid.
But yeah,
You hear yourself? So.
Zardis
Dumb.
is the best.
You didn't know about that Dragon's Ball?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
He's from the Kenya Force.
Oh man.
So shifting gears.
You can shift my gears anytime.
Shut up, LeVar.
I just knew he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah,
So
I know. You're not playing your character right, Zachary.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Does anyone know really cool ways to get away with killing your wife?
See,
I
knew you were going to do it because he wasn't going to do it.
I don't know any ways to do it, but I know that if I had done it, here's how I would have done it.
Hold on, I'm writing this down.
It back.
I'm writing this down. I'm writing this down. Okay.
We should publish it.
Let's publish it.
All right. So
Zardes got a goal scored against his face. It was great.
it was lit.
Look it up.
Face goal. We're going to get into one of my new favorite segments called Hamilton's Soapbox.
Box.
That has not been the intro we've been doing. That's ready? And this is gonna be Hamilton's Soapbox. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna introduce your topic for today, and Zach and I can chime in if we feel so inclined.
Topic of the day.
Our beloved hometown NFL team, the Indianapolis Colts, in this past draft drafted a linebacker from the second round.
From Stanford.
From Stanford.
He was the pick that Pat McAfee announced.
Pat McAfee proclaimed future Hall of Famer Bobby Okereke.
I thought you were gonna go with more alliteration there.
This is a serious thing. In college, Bobby Okereke was what's the word?
Jewish.
It was
getting cut.
accused.
Accused.
It was
yeah.
a Title IX alleged sexual assault.
And the Stanford handled it in their own
he was never
Ivy
convicted
League
by the university, and no charges were ever filed.
Yeah, and the way apparently what I heard is the way Stanford does it. They have a panel of 5 people that vote, and you have to get a 4-1 to be in their eyes convicted. Or guilty,
Which doesn't sound great.
And his vote was 3-2.
Supreme Court operates differently.
Yeah, was 3-2.
Ooh, rough.
And the Colts knew about it.
But it was 3-2, but not in favor of Okereke. It was 3-2 in favor of the complaint that was filed.
Yeah.
So 3 of the 5 panelists thought, sexual assault happened, but because they require 4-1, they couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't get that.
He was allowed to continue as a member of the football team, basically.
So, and then the Indianapolis...
I thought that would have kicked him out of school.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Or does it just kick him out of
It probably would have
just kicked him out of school.
In all likelihood, being off the football team would mean losing his scholarship, and he wouldn't be able to go to school.
Yeah. But and then the Indianapolis Colts knew about it
because he told them.
Because he told them when they asked him. They were like, they did the usual draft prospect thing. Is there anything about you we should know about? And then the Colts apparently did their own little investigation. But from that investigation...
The investigation consisted of them just being like, hey, Bobby, you do it?
Yeah.
And then asking Stanford, did he do it?
Yeah.
Stanford was like, based on our panel, no.
Yeah. But what is said from their statement or whatever, or their investigation, is they never asked the
victim.
The victim.
The alleged victim.
So
the Colts never talked to her. They never talked to her lawyers. And she has been very clear, she's still anonymous, but... that the reason it went through Stanford and Title IX and not the authorities is she wanted to avoid the trauma of a legal investigation. She was just kind of like, he shouldn't be able to keep playing football, but she wasn't interested in getting dragged out. And I don't blame her, given what's happened to women that have made those sort of accusations.
I agree.
And it's so difficult, these situations.
Difficult wasn't the word I was going to use. I was going to use disappointing.
Disappointing.
As a fan of the Colts, I really would have liked us to not pick a guy like this. Especially Chris Ballard has said over and over again how important character's been to this team. We've done all the right things.
We also don't have every piece of evidence.
Yeah, and
while I don't want to defend him, while I know that the stupid judicial board that apparently Stanford has in effect is not effective, because a 4-1 majority vote is stupid. It should just be majority vote.
Right. In which case he would have been kicked
And the
out.
reason why
Right.
I use the word difficult is because situations like these are difficult as a fan, and as a person that wants to stay true to character and
obviously
morals.
there are people that have had unfortunate pasts that end up being a lot better later on in their career. But do we really want to look back at this in 4 years and go, oh, well, yeah, we probably shouldn't have ever drafted him considering that he raped another person.
It's happened.
Which,
Peyton Manning.
also, fuck me, I shouldn't have said rape. It was a sexual assault.
It was a sexual assault.
Which is definitely...
And we don't know the details of the sexual assault.
We don't know the details.
Now, and Peyton Manning's was...
Because it was never filed criminally.
Right.
Now,
We
Peyton
only have
Manning's,
the academic one.
from what we know, was less...
It wasn't an assault.
It wasn't an assault.
He
It was
didn't
like
make contact with
misconduct
It's
or...
sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
He mooned a woman.
Yeah.
He didn't moon
Or
a
he
woman.
flashed.
He did the stupid ass sit up trick where you let somebody stick their nose in your asshole.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
But still,
Super not cool.
The situations like this, as a fan, is I want to, it's hard to, it's hard, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it.
I know how to feel about it.
I know how to feel about it.
I'm not sure that Zach and I agree, but I know how I feel about
Yeah.
it, which is I don't want him playing football.
Yeah.
I don't want him playing for the Colts. I don't want him in the league. And if
Do you want Jameis Winston in the league?
if Peyton Manning's thing happened today, I wouldn't want him in the league either. I don't care how good he is at football.
See, but here's the thing: is all of it. Well, Peyton Manning's thing is way different because there was such a smear campaign against that girl. There was such a smear.
Oh yeah,
campaign.
Archie Manning did whatever he could.
Oh man,
to
he
discredit
shit
that
all
woman.
over. Love Peyton, really do. Great quarterback, fucking one of the best. Won me the only Super Bowl that I've ever seen my team ever win. But holy shit, your dad fucked things up real bad, man.
I mean, nobody made Peyton do that.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm of the opinion that with the way the justice system and the sexual harassment cases, misconduct, assault, rape cases have gone so far, we need to make it our duty to believe the accuser.
You have to.
Not with no evidence, but to treat it seriously. And if there's reason to believe you did something wrong, I don't think you should be playing professional football or sports at all.
The problem lies with the fact that if you are in that position where you can make that much lucrative amount of money.
Yeah.
And this is the really unfortunate part is you're going to be targeted hard by people that can pass off those stories.
It is so easy to not sexually assault people.
It is.
It is so easy. Fellas, listen up.
But
It is not difficult.
But we don't know what this council was. This could have
panel,
been
you mean?
yeah, but this could have been 5 professors, which you know 5 professors. I know 5 professors. I know you know 5 professors. Imagine those, just even some of your better ones. Imagine them all talking amongst themselves, trying to figure out hearsay between 2 different people. Because I almost guarantee that's what it was. It was not physical evidence.
And Ballard has said very clearly it was a he said, she said.
Down by the seashore.
Yeah. A he said, she said moment where everything came down to testimony, basically.
Which you can only go, well, I guess we
And
could
that is
do
why-
a lie
and-
detector,
and-
which is not 100% accurate if you have somebody that is literally a sociopath, which you only need one of those to fuck that test up.
And that is exactly why I use the word difficult, because you want to... Did Zach just dab?
Dab.
Did Zach just dab during
That never
a very,
happened.
very
That never happened.
serious
That's
conversation?
That's
oh
hearsay.
my god! And that is why I find these situations
Issue
like this
redaction.
difficult, because you do want to believe the victim,
Accuser.
the
Right,
accuser,
right, because-
but also at the same time is that there are instances where the man is innocent.
And is falsely accused.
Is falsely
And
accused. And I know that the times, let me finish, the times that
so
is
minuscule.
so minuscule.
Right.
That is true. But I guess that brings the question is, when do you, at what point do you just start on the whole mob
You can't mob mentality, any of that.
What mob? What do you mean?
Like when do you start just being like, okay, this guy is the worst and he did it. Where's the line? Where's the line?
But that's the whole thing about the entire justice system is it's all based off of innocence until proven guilty, which we don't do anymore because public view controls everything now. Our entire lives are now digitally laid out in front of us.
If it was entirely a case of Bobby Okereke had consensual relations with this woman, and to whatever extent it went to, and she just went, I think he's going places and I can take advantage of him. The women that do that are awful. They make it really hard on the countless women who are legitimate victims.
Yeah.
That's literally what Gold Digger was like.
Right.
That song was based off of.
If that's what happened, I don't think that Okereke plays things the same way he did here. This happened years ago.
Yeah.
There was no reason for him to hide it and then talk about it behind closed doors with the Colts.
Well, I don't think he was hiding it. I think no one was talking about it.
Right.
And then somehow,
it was just a non-issue
with him getting drafted, someone found it.
But
Was like,
he
hey,
brought
this
it
is
up
a thing.
not when they drafted him, before they drafted him, in discussions with him.
Yeah.
He was
just
like,
as a
it
thing.
was like, this thing happened.
But obviously that was a public thing.
Because you don't. Because as a prospect, you don't want your team coming.
Hide that info.
Yeah,
right,
you don't want your team coming to you and be like, "Hey, is there anything we should know?" No, and then this happens, and then they're like,
I don't want this to be viewed as us looking at. I'm literally just trying to play the other side of the card right now.
Yeah. You're contrarian.
I want people to see the other side of the argument. It's not that I'm going, don't ever believe the victim, because 99% of the time, the victim is literally the victim.
And it is that staggering a percentage.
Yeah.
It is legitimately.
Yeah.
I think that if you go to somebody making more money, it's a lot easier to see them as a target. That's my thing about it.
Right.
Which you can't excuse that because a lot of people with that kind of alpha personality end up being that kind of person.
Right, but what about Bobby Okereke shouted,
but see,
future millionaire?
Well, my thing is, my defense isn't necessarily of Bobby Okereke himself.
I don't have a specific.
My point is like, at what point do we try to take things with a grain of salt, and like with situations like this?
All right, fine. Here's my hot take that will put me in hot water.
Yeah.
With plenty of people with dicks dangling
Why don't we
between
just
their
go
legs.
with the one that you've already had a soapbox on?
Not my hot take for later. I'm talking about right now. This is
I'm just talking about
my soapbox here on this one.
Yeah.
If a couple of innocent elite athletes don't get to pursue a career in professional sports because they were falsely accused by awful women who take advantage of this climate, that is worth protecting the countless victims of sexual abuse that would otherwise go unchecked.
You're right.
It's worth it.
That's
for me.
fine.
I agree with that.
And if that sucks for Bobby Okereke and maybe he's innocent, I'm sorry, dude. But as someone that's got two younger sisters, it's worth it to me. That's where I'm at.
I feel that.
Fair enough.
That is our soapbox for today. It was a nice discussion. Let us know what you think about it. Comment, tweet at us at the Hook Studios, THEE, the Hook Studios, because someone already owns the Hook Studios, so I had to get cheeky with it. But yeah, let us know what you think. Comment, tweet at us, join the conversation. And also feel free to always tweet us just questions you want us to answer in the next podcast. We'll gladly talk about those. Hamilton, do you have your Hope It Hits hot take?
I do. I settled on one Hope It Works Out hot take.
Hope It Hits hot take.
Is that what we're
Go
calling it?
with the alliteration.
Because I was just going with what you said when you introduced the segment.
What I said right now was Hope It Hits hot take.
All right.
And I think, is that not what I said when we started? Well, we'll check the
Sure.
tape. We'll check the tape.
That's what it was.
Well, what I'm saying now is canon. It's canon.
Nick Cannon.
We were bought by Disney. Everything is now in
Mariah Carey.
the Sip Bayless CU. Yes. What is your
Hamilton has a Hope It Hits hot take.
Barts? Okay, E.E. Cummings. Is he known for alliteration?
That's a woman.
Oh. Yeah. I'm the worst. But I guess I'm thinking of the Childish Gambino
You're thinking of the lyric, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really think of... Okay, anyways, go on.
The Cleveland Browns will win a playoff game next season.
Okay.
That's a fairly good hot take.
Okay.
That's,
I don't think that's... I will say I don't think that's very...
super unpopular.
Yeah, I don't think that's a very outlandish
you wanted
hot
me
take.
to go all the way out on
I
a
said
limb?
that
Did you hear what I said?
I know. Did you hear what I said? I said these guys are going to be the Michael Jordan format draft.
Okay.
That's also, yours is not that fucking outlandish.
That I think
You're taking a weird guess, but it's not outlandish.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I mean by outlandish.
So you want me to really swing with one that's not gonna happen?
Yeah, that's the point.
That's not gonna happen. But like it's not something that you just completely.
The dominoes could fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't. It's not something that you just I don't think this is gonna happen.
Your
but,
2020 NBA champions.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go.
Los Angeles. The Clippers.
Ooh. Okay. Why is it?
Because they get Kawhi.
How does this happen?
Because they get Kawhi.
They get Kawhi.
They get some combination of Kawhi, Kemba, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler. Mm-hmm. The pieces fall.
Okay.
I
like it.
Out of this world hot take.
And now I will defend my hope it hits hot take. And this is
won't.
actually what I. This
I
is,
will not.
This
I
is
will
actually
not
what I
defend
believe.
Mine.
Are you defending okay? So
it's like I think I would not be surprised, and I think that might even be the case. R.J. Barrett's going to be a better player than Zion Williamson
in the NBA.
In the NBA, I think.
Really?
I think so.
You think his?
I can see it.
I can't because I think that Zion has the better body.
See, I would be totally cool.
That boy thick.
And I worry about him.
That boy real
exactly.
thick.
That's why, because he's not the tallest and he's not the smallest. So he's one of those in between.
But he also has a 40-inch vertical.
That is true, but like
someone put Looney Tunes Springs in Meta World Peace's legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
And in college and in high school, he wasn't playing with people his size. Against people his size.
So I was in college he was.
They beat Taco Fall. He bullied a 7'6" player.
7'6", what, 170?
No, he wasn't bull skinny. Yeah. Taco Fall's a big dude.
Not as frequently as he will see in the NBA.
Sure, I agree.
He's going to see a lot more people his size.
But he's not going to be playing a 5.
Can I finish my defense, please?
I don't know. Can you eat Cummings on the face?
Now it's poetry in motion.
As long as we're confessing, I need to confess.
Okay, what?
That my loneliness is killing me now.
Purely to fuck with you. I told you that E.E. Cummings is a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's...
Screw you,
that's
alright? Because you knew I wouldn't actually
I knew you wouldn't know.
God. I was like, is this a J.K. Rowling thing?
That was poetry in motion.
By the way, how does Harry Potter like to get to school?
Walking.
J.K. Rowling.
Bam!
The bus.
Connected!
What you fell over for?
Oh, it's out of here!
Anyways. What I've told you this before. I think that...
He's talking to me.
I swear to God, if Zach interrupts me before I finish this. I think Zion Williamson...
The undercard for the Tom Cruise Justin Bieber fight is Zach and Austin.
Yep. And then followed by Austin and Ham.
Okay.
Assuming the first one goes his way.
I believe that Zion Williamson's ceiling is higher than R.J. Barrett's.
Okay.
Not by too much,
but his
higher.
floor is lower.
But I also believe that Zion's floor is lower than R.J.'s is.
Okay.
I think Zion is not necessarily has a higher chance to be a bust, but not to live up to the hype. And not living up to the hype can be a level of, and I don't know the hype around Hakeem Olajuwon at the time, but I think Zion can still be
number one.
A Hall of Famer. But I still
be considered a disappointment, you mean?
And well, no, not necessarily a disappointment, but not the best person from that draft. Clearly,
like Hakeem wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Michael Jordan was the best person from that draft.
So I think I actually disagree with one of your points, which is I think RJ has the lower floor.
Yeah.
Because I think Zion is too physically gifted.
Yeah.
To not be effective at the very least in some like Shannon Brown role player kind of way. Whereas I can see RJ bottoming out, And the comparison I'm going to give you isn't fair because this guy hasn't bottomed out yet.
Yeah.
But it's another highly touted Canadian prospect, and I could see R.J. Barrett turning into Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
They're inefficient scorers who need the ball, and they need it all the time to be good. We haven't seen RJ facilitate. We saw him throw 4 assists a game to Zion Williamson, but I could have thrown 4 assists a game to Zion
throw the
Williamson.
ball up
or just give it to him in scoring position. Like I don't know how Duke defined assists, but if it's like scoring position or a guy takes 1 or 2 dribbles.
It's getting assists from Shaq where you're like,
RJ Barrett was not
somebody.
notably more efficient behind the stripe than Zion was. Now he took more shots, so he scored more from behind the line than Zion did. And I have real concerns about the mechanics of Zion's jumper at the NBA.
And that's another thing why
it is a fucking laser. Yeah. Also, for a guy that's springy, he does not leave the floor when he shoots jump shots, which is strange. But RJ is I didn't see him use his right hand ever.
Yeah.
He's in transition, he's super fluid. You cannot guard him one-on-one.
He's going to be better than Markelle Fultz.
Now, part of the reason RJ's ceiling has such a high ceiling in the NBA is you can't play zone in the NBA. It's illegal. College basketball teams hunkered down and went, make someone on Duke shoot around.
Toronto did it. It's just legal to have someone in the paint. Yeah.
You can't play that. And so there will be driving lanes for RJ in the NBA that there were not in college, which is something that people don't talk about enough. When you look at players like Romeo Langford, who I knocked for not getting to the cup enough at IU, but he was playing different kinds of defenses, So, as I said my point out loud, I sort of backtracked a little bit, but I do think Zion is going to be a better player in the NBA.
And honestly, I do too.
And the other thing that concerns me is
he's thick.
Barrett's going to New York.
Yeah.
I don't love that team.
Yeah.
He fits on that team, but
I'll say that I said to Austin when he got drafted there, I went, "Oh, the only team that can absolutely destroy your career, even if you should." So be able
Barrett
to thrive.
has to deal with. A year ago, he was the projected top pick in this draft. He was the number 1 guy. If he and Zion had not played college basketball, he'd have gone number 1. Then Zion surpassed him in college based on hype and everything. He got lapped. Then New York basketball fans didn't get Zion like they wanted. Yeah. And now they get RJ. He's going to have a short leash.
Yeah. Oh, the scrutiny's going to be
They will snap on him so fucking fast. How does he handle it? We don't know. I thought he handled the criticism he got in college basketball pretty well.
What about Amari Stoudemire? Somebody that they were just like, hey, New York's going to destroy your career.
When New York loves, they love.
We're going to send you
when
to
they hate,
the Phoenix Suns, and then you're going to win for some reason.
It'll be interesting to see the kind of scrutiny he gets. How many games does he get to really disappear or fuck up before New York Knicks fans are like, oh, I wish we'd gotten anyone else. Why didn't we trade back?
Why didn't we trade back for Jeremy Lin?
Why didn't we trade Darius Garland?
Yeah.
That's another interesting pick to talk about.
Jeremy Lin back.
Because Cleveland just went point guard in the lottery in back-to-back seasons.
So we'll see. We'll see how all this shapes out.
Do you think that was just them saying, I miss you, Kyrie?
I think it was them acknowledging that Colin Sexton's ceiling in the NBA is probably like bigger, stronger, more efficient offensively Patrick Beverley, and that doesn't get them where they want to go, so they drafted a guy in Darius Garland who is a lot better offensively. Mm-hmm. So they'll have like a Blazers-like backcourt right now where just everyone's shooting. They've got 2 basic like hybrid 1-2 guards both playing in the backcourt. I think Garland should get the ball more. Sexton didn't prove a lot this season. He's not a great distributor. He can be a dog defensively, but he's inconsistent.
Well, we shall all see how all of this pans out. I'm looking forward to this next NBA season.
Where the Clippers will win the NBA.
I actually, you know what? I don't necessarily fully disagree with that.
So that wasn't hot enough for you. Fine. No, the Raiders will win the Super Bowl.
Yep, we're gonna find out on.
Thank you, Coach.
On what's it called? Hard Knocks.
I literally looked over your shoulder and went, "Fuck it, Oakland."
Yeah. But yeah, so we should have some more to talk about next episode because free agency should start. It starts at July 6th.
6th, yeah, it's when those trades are final.
Yeah. But also, and more importantly, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
This has been a fun episode. Like I said, do me a favor, comment, tweet at us.
Tweet us questions.
Tweet us questions. Tweet us angry responses. Tell us we're dumb. Tell us we're the smartest people you've ever listened to.
Tweet me random things.
Tweet just Zach random things. Don't do that to either
Gross
of
secrets.
us. Gross secrets to only Zach.
Just things you've never
At
told
Falco
anybody.
Lombardi and some numbers 4431.
No, it's 4434.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, but that was close. Why did you shit
No,
on him
you
about
idiots.
that?
It's 4434.
Because there are 2 numbers involved, not 3. You ass.
You can reach me at my Twitter. It's at msurfboard, MSERFBOARD.
Yes, do that too.
I want your grossest things sent there.
Join us next episode where we should have some more fun things to talk about.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We're gonna do it tomorrow.
We're just a couple dudes who love to talk sports, and we don't care who knows, from the NBA draft to the soccer bowls.
Right, guy number 2.
Right, guy number 2. Soccer, football, sports.
You don't even remember the list.
I don't remember. I haven't
Tennis,
actually
football, hockey, golf.
yeah. I haven't seen that video in a minute. But anyways,
We're nice guys. Unlike that cunhole Steve.
yeah. Join us next time. Until then, do us a favor. Hug a puppy, eat your healthy, and just stay beautiful.
Eat your healthy.
Eat your healthy. And be happy. While you're eating your healthy, be happy knowing that while we are not the smartest, or nor are we professionals,
Jesus.
there is one thing that all 3 of us scientifically, biologically, and spiritually are not.
I'm not a man.
What's that?
And that one thing is that we are not Skip Bayless.
Fathers don't deserve a holiday.
That's Hamilton's hot take.